Hey everybody, it is Brett Glover here with Real Life Trading, bringing you a stock setup that I am looking at here into this week. Not a lot to choose from, a couple of things going on. We've got earnings here currently for financials, amongst other sectors here in the next couple of weeks. And we've got the S&P and the QQQ giving a little bit of fits as far as a potential pullback, or they're going to hold and break out. We just really don't know. And so what I wanted to do is just kind of focus and concentrate on some stocks that have been showing some relative strength despite everything going on in the indexes. And one of the ones that caught my attention on my radar here was HEES, which is an equipment services company. Not something that I usually trade, but at the same time, I want to stick where relative strength is. So just kind of zooming out to the weekly chart here, you can see that we did IPO here back in 2013, February. We hit our head against this wall here, hit our head against the wall again, and then a third time. Recently, we broke out of this. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. And so we broke out of this level, came back down for a retest, had a nice bearish volume candle here. We've just been chopping. And last week, of course, we're putting in a nice bullish candle here with some good volume. Earnings is not till February. Going over to the daily chart, we can see right now, one of the things that caught my attention, we are in a TTM squeeze. Our momentum is starting to rise here. I kind of picked this level as a bit of a key level. This is where we stopped initially, continued up, but then failed down. And as you can see, we failed that level here, failed it here, failed it here. And so what I want to see, obviously, is this setup is basically a full first pullback from a nice base breakout. So again, if we go back to the weekly chart, we've been consolidating under this level since 2014, right? And so if we have the opportunity to move higher, breaking out, instead of taking the breakout, as you can see, we had what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullish candles in a row, some nice volume coming in. That's just too many bullish candles in a row on the weekly chart to really enter that position. So we wait for a pullback. Our deal time could have been entering here, or just letting it base and consolidate for a little bit. So what I want to see, there's a couple of ways to enter this. Right now, we do have 4 bullish candles in a row. For me, that means I cannot enter the trade, despite us being in a squeeze. So there's a couple of things that I'm going to look for. Number one, if we break this level and have a breakout from here, I'm going to look for a pullback down to this level, or I'm going to use a smaller time frame like the 65-minute chart and see if I can get a pullback to the 50 simple moving average. That's one of my preferred setups to do, especially if I'm trying to catch a stock that is in a trend already. I will use a smaller time frame. Just kind of as an example here, if we went back to where H&E broke out of this level here, right? Stock traded up, and I would have waited until we retested this 50 here, which was right about this candle. Then you can take a break above here, stop below it, and kind of continue to run. So using those smaller time frames, especially with some volatility in the market, is not a bad idea. But again, so I'm going to look for a retest and a hold of this 50 simple, or if it doesn't want to retest and wants to break out, that's just fine. I'll wait for the rotation back down, a retest and hold at this level, look for a reversal candle, then take it higher. As far as targets go, I really do like my fibs here, of course, running from this high to this low. We have our 1272 here right at 67.98. So I would probably put my target, right about 67 or so, 66, 67. I don't like to be right onto the fibs. I like to be just a little bit below to make sure that I get filled. So HEES, again, I think it's showing some nice relative strength. We'll see what happens here this week. But yeah, it's one of those that really has my attention, is on my radar right now. And yeah, again, as always, if you have any questions, reach out to anybody in the room. We're here to help, anything that we can do. And I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks.